So since graduating this year, I've gone on to do a master's degree at Central St Martin's in culture, criticism and curation. I think the end of the FMP course, incredible course, but it does leave it quite open at the end. It's not until right at the end of the course where you really start going into your specialist area. So I felt for me, I had the opportunity to go on and do a master's, and that was something I really wanted to do so that I could focus on your kind of specialist skills and go on from there. I think the fashion media and promotion course, I mean, it really couldn't set you up better for going out either into industry or going on to do a master's. You know, it's very, very geared up for preparing you and what it's going to be like once you've gone on. So, for example, when I'm in my class, there's other people when you're doing presentations that are like, oh, okay, we've got 10 minutes, might roll on to 20 minutes, and they'll stop you after the 10 minutes and they'll be like, right, that's it, you've had your time. But I'm fully prepared for that. You know, we've been very trained up to do that. You're given your brief, you answer to the brief, you answer to your timings, and you justify your findings. For example, within research, you know, everything needs to be backed up. And I think that actually comes quite as a shock to some of my classmates. They didn't have that same background and that same preparation as I did. I've been very, very lucky with the FMP. It really is such a great opportunity. There's no reason not to do it, you know, even if later on you go, oh, as many people in their early 20s do, they sort of think, oh, I want to be in fashion, you know, this is exactly what I want to do, I want to be a fashion stylist. You grow and you develop throughout the course, and I think even if you get to the end of the course and you go, oh, okay, well, I want to do PR now, but maybe not fashion PR, and I shouldn't have done a fashion degree, you can still do that. I think the best parts of the FMP course for me personally, I mean, I got very, very lucky. I had an incredible year group, which will now go on to be an incredible group of alumni that I can always draw from and learn from. Perhaps I just got very, very lucky, or perhaps that is the kind of culture that cultivates here at UCA. You know, they expect you to be professional and friendly and help one another out. And that's really the high point. I count myself very lucky, because I think at other universities, perhaps people don't have such great friendships within the group. They don't have people to call upon for help. And even in tutors, I think we're very, very lucky. We get an awful lot of support here. And that's perhaps something that you wouldn't always get at other universities. You need to be on this from day one, and you need to give yourself a very strong start in the year. For me personally, by the time I got to February, my first unit, the IFE unit as it was from September around till Christmas, had been handed in. I knew it was very, very strong. I didn't know the grade, but you know when you've handed in strong work, and I knew it was strong. I knew I was about to hand in a very strong dissertation. It had been a lot of hard work, but if you come to your tutorials and you work through it, you know you're handing in a strong piece of work. And there actually isn't any better feeling going into that final project than, okay, I can relax a bit, because I'd have to absolutely bum out now and completely fail at everything and have, you know, a real bad sickness or some tragedy happen for this to go so wrong now that I'm not going to get my degree. And that's a lovely position to be in. Don't put yourself in a position where you've scraped through IFE, you're not sure on your dissertation, you know, it's not the same feeling going into your final major project, and then you won't do your best work. And if you're asking me what advice I would give to somebody starting out on the course, it's to try your very best from day one. I mean, you know, there were definitely people on the course that maybe played the game and didn't up their game and get serious about their work until year 2, or even more worryingly until year 3. And yes, that may not affect your grade because it doesn't count in the first year. But I can tell you, those people that didn't give their all from day one in year 1, they had a huge shock when year 2 hit, when year 3 hit. If you give your all from day 1, it doesn't ever get any harder than that. And you can just build upon the help that you're given and become stronger and stronger.